Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for my Clarity Empress Collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. Sorry so late tonight. Have some things I had to handle. But here I am. Hi. Hope you are doing great. So anyway, here I am. What's up, collective? What's good with it? With my collective, huh? Peace, peace. Woo, child. So, I'm gonna get this thing crack-a-lacking. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. Thank you, thank you. We get ready to ask Spirit, what's the message my collective needs to hear? What do they need to know? Did they? How many calls today? Excuse me. Money or property through a windfall. Inheritance, winning or win. Okay. Somebody is winning. Something coming. Oh, damn. That was a lot. 92. Sheesh. Oh, you know what? That'd be your Mondays. And sometimes your Tuesdays. Short journey. They taper off around... it seems like they taper off by Thursday and then pick back up on Friday. Worried. What?
There's 9 wins. Does everybody just get one?
Yeah, for now. See how it goes. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Tell me more. Welcome to the channel. This is Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity. Thanks for joining us tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you comment in the comment section or the chat. Let me know if the reading starts to resonate with you. Okay. Beware of self-delusion. Somebody got a big ego issue. And they extremely hard-headed and unwilling to change.
Your food's not here. I get the ingredients from downstairs.
And pay attention to your finances. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Money will be coming to you. What's going on? It's all over the place. So, oh, got it. Okay, you ready for this? Because Spirit said, oh, you ain't got to think too hard. I'm going to drop it right there on your crown. Okay, so somebody in your past thought that they was getting an inheritance. Now, if you have a third-party situation or the person had a third party or they had some other situation that they went to instead of you, it's because they thought they was going to get some money. Okay, they were made promises. Maybe somebody said they were going to win something or that there was an inheritance. Something. They thought that the other person, the other party, whatever, they thought the grass was greener somewhere else. And it wasn't. And it didn't take them long, because Short Journey is here. It didn't take them long to find out that that's not the case. So if there's a person that exited your life because they thought the grass was greener, they found out hot, skip, and a jump. Like, it didn't take no time. Once they made that decision, it was like Spirit trapped them in that decision. Meaning, okay, you had the ability to choose right, and you had the ability to choose wrong. They chose wrong. And because they chose I think they got trapped with their choice, is what I'm getting. It's to someone extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So in the hidden energy, whoever this person was, they did, in your life, they didn't listen to you. They were very stubborn, very hard headed. And I feel like they weren't willing to face themselves when it comes to changing. That's what makes it difficult. So when people aren't willing to look at themselves, either the role that they play in their life, excuse me, or the circumstances. Like it's kind of like when somebody gets handed fool's gold and the person that's with them is like, that's not real, right? And they want to believe it so bad. Nah, this is for me. This is for me. You're just saying that because you want it, or you're jealous. And you're not jealous. You're just like, that's pyrite. That's fool's gold. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's real, right? And then they take it to go get appraised, thinking they're gonna get a lot of money, and they get nothing. They get nothing. And they wouldn't do this in front of you because something in the back of their mind probably told them you was right. So they went and did it, and they didn't get what they want. So this person might be in shame, but there's delusional energy here. It says beware of self-delusion. And then it says pay attention to your finances. So somebody invested in a situation that they thought they were going to get something out of. What's up, Carmen? That, they invested. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. Thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your likes, shares, and your subscribes. Noting that those are energetic donations to the channel, and they are appreciated. So thank you for being here today. Please go ahead and smash that like button while we're on. It helps the algorithms keep us going. Costs you nothing. Thank you, my dear. Ooh, it's so pretty. Costs you nothing. So, whatever they invested in, they really thought that money was coming to them. You know what this remind me of? Now, this might not be the scam, okay? But there are these African scammers. And I know about them because I know several elders who have been scammed by them. They're from Africa, but they play like people will meet them on a dating app, and then the two that I know about are pretending to be white men who found black women, old elder black women, on a dating site. So what they'll say is, oh, I really like black women because I joined this site, and I'm really this person that has X amount of dollars. My money is just wrapped up right now. Hold on one second, y'all. So, they'll say, their money is wrapped up. But in order to get this money, I need you to send money so you can pay the courier. It's type of okie doke. If you pay this, then we'll get all this. Somebody will deliver the check. So, unfortunately, they'll have these people so wrapped up. And it's not just black women. I just happen to know two personally. And then I saw some YouTuber catches people out there and shows the women who are, a little suspect of what's going on. So they really are mostly elder women. But anyway, yeah, so that's the scam. In order for you to get this check, I need you to send me some money so I can send the courier so you can go take that big check and put it in your account. Somebody wanted something for nothing. And it didn't take them long either to figure out they got scammed or just that they got scammed. Okay. But they're hard headed. And let me tell you, them people, one of them I know still giving up her social security check to somebody. Can't nobody get her to stop doing that. What's that for? So they can't seem to, how do I put it this way? They can't stop the person from believing the nonsense. Even though none of the facts check out, even though it makes absolutely no sense why you would have to give somebody money to give you money. Nothing makes sense. Even though they've been scammed multiple times, they don't care. Stubborn, unwilling to change. Now, this don't have to be money. Somebody was making promises to somebody. If you do this, we'll have that. If you do this, we'll live fat. If you do this, we'll do this. That's the type of shit that's going on. Okay. And somebody thought, oh, okay, I hit the jackpot. You know somebody giving a check. Wow. Yo, it's crazy. Look, the bag. Something important, such as a new job or raise. Somebody is sucking the bag out of somebody. And you can't get them to stop. They don't want to stop. That be the crazy part. Is like everybody in your life is telling you you are being scammed. And they don't care. They just, but this is what, yeah, because you know what I'm saying? This is what they believe. Like, oh no, this person loves me. You don't know. You don't understand. And girl, like I'm talking to my best friend, but y'all, sometimes these people will argue you down. Like you don't know what you're talking about. This is my person, and they love me. They don't know him from a can of paint. They don't know him, but it's like you don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows, but nothing makes sense, right? Unicorn. Your intuition makes beneficial changes. I feel like you might have warned somebody. This might not be a love story for you. This might be a cautionary tale for somebody, but somebody didn't listen to you. Somebody didn't want to hear what you had to say. They felt the way they felt, and that was that. And now, damn, a couple years. Yeah, I don't know how they get them all hooked like that, but they are hooked. Sincere wish will be granted. Yes, they keep. This person is placating to somebody's ego. Placating to their ego. And I don't know what it is that they say, but when I tell you they got these people with a vice grip hook, like they can't seem to. Oh my gosh. And she's 72. Wow. So this thing is more prevalent than I thought. And they're playing on people's desperations. They're playing on their ego. And it's just sad to watch somebody. I mean, I know somebody, this situation put them in homelessness. She could have survived. She could have been thriving, but it put her in homelessness. It's like a magical formula of manipulation. Somebody knows what to do. They know what to say. Yeah, I need help, assistance, and guidance. The person in self delusion probably needs to go seek a therapist. Probably needs police to get involved. It all depends on what it is because it's not really theft when you give it up. It's trickery, yes, but it's not necessarily theft when somebody voluntarily gives it up. And I feel like somebody's voluntarily giving up their money. It's a con, it's a scam. Guaranteed success. Yeah. They know, whoever this is knows what to say, how to say it. I mean, I've heard that the lady I know of, they argue with her on the phone. Like they telling her they put demands on her, and she gets all nervous and she goes and she get that money. She find the money. If she got to borrow money from somebody, and she has burnt a lot of bridges by doing that. Yeah, vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, they are really, somebody is messing with somebody's head, and it's over financial stuff. I don't know if it's an elder. Don't have to be. It's just somebody who's very skilled and playing on somebody's delusions. Telling them, we got to do this. We need it like that. It has to be this way. And it don't. It don't have to be that way. But they playing on somebody's top. And it's working. Because they getting something out of them. What deck? Where's my deck that I wanted? Tell me more, Spirit. Carmen, you there? Nope. Yes. So somebody has been tricked to invest, to make an investment. What is going on? Somebody really they really wholeheartedly believe something. Okay, I was just checking. Somebody really wholeheartedly believed that if they put all their energy and their time and their money and their attention into a situation, it was going to turn around. But it's not. It was all a lie. And somebody's still going with that lie. It's like whoever lied to the person is still lying. Damn. And somebody need to release it. You need to let them go. That's the best thing to do. But I feel this stubborn energy. So it's kind of like they getting their karma too, because they're not listening. Rising stock. I also feel like with the unicorn and rising stock here, it's giving they keep, it's like somebody even talking about investments and saying, you know what, if you get in now, if you do this now, it's going to skyrocket. It's going to be better than it ever was. Somebody is getting scammed. That's what I'm just getting all of that right now. This is about a scam. Somebody is getting scammed. Yep, Spirit said that's the truth. And the truth is, somebody is too stubborn to see it. You know what? They like, look, I'm hooked in. This is what I want. This is my person. This is my situation. And that's it. So somebody is definitely, whew, hard. Purpose, yes. What is the purpose, though? Let me clarify purpose. They need help. Spirit said they need help to get out of the delusion. Trauma. So this is a trauma response. Wow. That manipulation is deep because somebody is playing on these people's trauma. I say people because I'm pretty sure it's multiple. Somebody is playing on someone's top, but they're playing on their trauma responses. Maybe this is somebody's in survival mode and somebody is promising them something that gives them stability. But they playing on somebody's head. Tell me more. Hurtful. Oh my gosh. So, oh my gosh. So party time. Can't take them seriously. And what else? Gift or gifted. So you are gifted. You know what I'm saying? But this person was, Spirit saying, silly. But party time, like this is somebody who you couldn't take serious. I feel like you listened to their plans. And you told them all the holes in the plans. And they just were like, yeah, no, I'm still going to do it. And you're like, but that doesn't make sense. Yeah, but I'm still going to do it. But you're probably going to lose a lot of money. But I'm still going to do it because I'm going to get this thing. Whatever this thing is they thought they were going to get. That's how delusional this person is, suffering from some sort of mental illness. Um, and whoever the person scamming them or talking to them is literally playing into that. And it's very hurtful to watch. It's also hurtful to experience. But you can't get this person to stop doing it. The woman I was telling you all about, oh, she's a hard headed, stubborn as Aquarius, right? Says someone extremely stubborn. And she just, that's some fixed signs. They know it all. You can't tell them nothing. And she got like Aquarius stellium of like 4 or 5 placements. But everybody had to eventually turn their back on her. I think I was one of the first ones to be like, yeah, I'm going to wash my hands of this, because she's not listening to anything that anyone is saying. And though she was my friend at one point, she kind of just did a whole 180 and changed up. And I was like, yep, the devil is a lie. You won't get me. And since then, everyone that I knew that knew her can't deal with her at all. Like, we may associate with each other every now and then because we all kind of made good friends. She was in the hospital at one point, but no one can deal with her and her shit. It's just that bad. So, mm-mm-mm. Mm. You can't get people that don't want better to do better. And she didn't want better. She didn't care. This is the part that bugged me out about people like this. Because this don't have to be the situation. This is just what spirit is giving me right now. So it might resonate with some and differently for others, right? But she literally did what she did into homelessness, right? So there was a point in time where she could just have turned around with support, because it says needing help here. And there was a point in time with the situation like this where people were going to give me money to help her. And some spirit said, no, don't take no money from nobody because it could be something messy. And I was like, yeah, no, let's just see how things are going. I was monitoring her situation while she was in the hospital. And when she came to, like, clarity, and like a month later, there would be no way I would have ever wanted to touch that money that people were offering. But they were offering the money so that she would not be evicted. And she got evicted anyway because she gave away her money. This is somebody like this. This is somebody who, whoever's controlling them, is always coming up with a scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always got a little, if we do this, we could get that. And if that don't go right, I got another plan. They always got a plan. But they plans don't never amount to shit. And this person keeps like, okay, whatever you say, and giving them money, and giving them money, and giving them money, or invested in it in some kind of way, some sort of significant way, but I feel like it's money. And then what ends up happening is that nothing ever pans out. And it's like no matter what anybody says to them, they stay in that delusional energy with this scammer, thinking that the scammer is going to help them scam their way out of it. And it's not working. It's not. And I don't know if the scammer, well, I would say that the scammer is traumatizing this person. However, there's something else going on. If that makes sense to you, like there's something else going on. Hi, Shelly Whitehall. So somebody has been played with mentally, is what I'm getting. And it says here, what does it say? Depression, anxiety, someone is against you. They may even use that as a tactic because, like I said, they're using this person's trauma to, with the purpose of keeping them invested. And nothing that anybody else is saying is actually deterring them. So even what you've said or observed is not getting through to whomever. So I think you may be like my peoples. We all kind of backed off when we realized nothing was working and we couldn't stop what was happening and we couldn't get the person to see it anything any other way. Like, I mean, what can you do? If somebody, they don't want to listen, you know what I'm saying? They keep doing the thing that's hurting them. You cannot help them. Your hands are tied, really. And it don't matter if it's money. It could be a loving, fake love. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, somebody's so delusional, and that's the problem. They want to believe this is a fantasy that they do not want to let go of. And Spirit said they stubborn about it. You know, that's very exhausting to be around that energy. That's why Spirit's saying you're gonna have to let it go because this person's gonna have to come to their own, senses. I mean, you can't make them, and that's the part you gotta remember. You can't make them. They have to come to their own senses. All right, tell me more. It's a lot of people like that. You might have parents like that, where you're trying to get your mom or your dad, like you said, Black Cherry, that her daughter couldn't convince her. I was like a daughter, not a daughter, but like a daughter to this person, and she told people all I want to do is control her. They was like, no, she don't. Like, what's wrong with you? I was like, listen, don't worry about me, y'all. I'm out. My name is Bennett, and I am not in it. I got far away from that. She don't even have my number no more. So much went wrong that once she lost my number, I didn't have to worry about hearing about it. I had to get out of it because she would have tried her best pleading with me to use me like she tried everybody else just for the scammer. That's the crazy part. Everything she used, man, I don't even know what happened to that lady, to be honest. I don't think this is her reading. Tell me more, Spirit. Why is this coming up? What is the reason? People are gossiping, rumors. There's a lot of rumors about what was going on. Again, like I said, a lot of people were talking because a lot of people were telling this person, you don't need to be doing that, and they still doing it. So somebody's hard headed and they do not care. They're gonna do what they want to do. Okay, so we got rat energy, makes sense. This is the scammer, and this person is behaving just like the scammer because they birds of a feather or rats of a feather. They got this person scavenging. Mm. Tell me more. Hold on. So you had a strong tongue. You prophesied that this wasn't going to go right. Like I said, people were trying to stop this person I know from homelessness, and it didn't stop her. And you tried to talk to people. You tried to care. You cared about this person to give them where you saw this was going. It wasn't going to go in a good direction, but they doing it anyway. And then we got divinely stopped out. So spirit separated you from this situation. That's why the third party here, as you can see the three, divinely stomped out. So this is no longer a third party. At least not for you. I don't know how the person feel about you, but this don't include you. Tell me more. Thank God. Tell me more. One at a time, please. Yes, and this is ending. This is over. Death card. Wow. This is over. So I feel like the scammers either got busted, caught in some way. I think I was telling y'all a while ago, this energy out here of things ending is coming to an end. So you're going to have to release it so that you don't get a part of whatever this ending is for this person. And what's the bottom of the deck here? Big mouth. Shit talker. All talk, no action. That's what the problem is. Whoever this person is listening to is all talk and no action. Again, conning this person, playing on their ego, playing on their head, lying to them, telling them they're going to have stuff they're not going to have, they were never going to have, and they just kept it going. Now, this is a person that you care about. This is somebody you thinking of. Maybe it's not somebody you dealing with anymore, but this person is crossing your mind right now because maybe they're reflecting on what went on in their life, but there's an ending. So it could be that the scammer, the person that's in their life, convincing them to do something they shouldn't do, that run has come to an end, meaning all the court fees and all the court things, the warrants for their arrests and all of that stuff, that's coming due. There's an ending to this that your person that you're thinking of can't avoid. Okay? So whether your person is the scammer or the one being scammed, who's joining the scammer, put it that way, all of that is coming to an end. Somebody's getting caught. Somebody got to go to court. You know, Spirit kept you out of it. So your name is not associated with it. But people are gossiping. I gossip about this person because they know they're in a low vibrational rat ass energy. Tell me more, Spirit. STD. Somebody could have caught something. That might be part of the gossip. You know, they could have been out here catching stuff and giving it away. Could have a package. You know what I'm saying? Could be a lot. Could be spiritually transmitted, meaning they could have an entity attachment. You know, they could just be the entity too. Some people are, people come on these planets to teach you a lesson, okay? And they try to transfer whatever that lesson is, they try to transfer that stuff over to you. You got to be careful who you entertaining. It don't matter who they are to you, too. You better learn the lesson. Yeah, heart collector. Your person was dealing with a strong, emotionally manipulative individual. They don't just scam your person, too. They scam others. That's what they do. They scam. Tell me more. Thanks for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. And it is an energetic donation to the channel. Costs you nothing but a click. And it is much appreciated. Okay, so you told this person, like, look, you want to get hooked up in that nonsense? And this is what you want to do? And you don't respect what I'm saying? Or how I feel? Or my boundaries? Or whatever you said to them? Unapologetically real. If you don't like it, go. Get to stepping. So you were honest, Lord. I'm about to say candid too. Honest, candid, unwavering, transparent, and sincere. You were a trustworthy person to this person. Loyal, okay, real authentic. You were nothing like whoever the scam artist was to them. You had a strong tongue, so you prophesied based on what's about the decisions that you're making, the likelihood of your success in getting whatever you thought you were going to get out of the situation is none. And your person, whoever it was, didn't listen. So you had to set it, you had to set the boundaries like, look, I'm going to tell you how it is. You don't like it, that's cool. But if you can't, you know what I'm saying, raise your vibration and come out of whatever you're trying to do with that person, you got to step. You know what I'm saying? Like peace. And spirit divinely stomped all of that out. So that is, this person doesn't have you as a fallback. Like if that's what they thought, they don't have you as something they can fall back on. Tell me more, spirit. You're cold blooded. Woo, whoever that person is cold blooded, cunning, savage, territory, and predatory. Yeah, they knew your person was an easy mark. For whatever way they knew it, they knew that they could manipulate this person. They knew they could get in their head and their psyche, and they would make it hard. Because these people are, that have been going through the scam that I'm talking about, are really addicted to the person on the other end of that phone that they think sent them pictures, that they think FaceTime them. All they do is she show them some cryptic thing and, oh, I can't talk long. They just be hooking these people in. And when you ask them questions, they can't answer none that make any sense. I just feel like your person is very delusional. Very delusional. And they hanging on to every breadcrumb this person gave them, every love bomb. They might even send them real money here and there that they scam from somebody else only to keep this person on the hook. So this person, whoever their third party is or their other person is, would produce something every now and then to show some sort of legitimacy. Like, I'm not lying. Look, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I have that. If I was lying, how would I be able to get this? You know what I'm saying? So they come up with something every now and then, but it's not enough. They still asking your person, the person you thinking about, for more. Tell me more, spirit. Oh, stalker, watchful, obsessive, sneaky. So I'm gonna tell you this: whoever your person is, and maybe even that third party, they stalking you. And the reason why they stalking you is because after all what was said, you was right. And this person has their head in shame because they are out their money that they'll never get back. Their pride is affected. Their ego is affected. This person is ashamed. So the only thing he can do is look at you because, damn, you told me this bullshit was going to go down and I didn't want to listen. Well, now they got to deal with the consequences of the action. Sweep away bad luck, protection from evil, cleanse purity, self-reflection, personal growth. You could take care of yourself. You cleaning yourself, cleaning your home, cleaning your energy, keeping your stuff tight. While this person was getting dirty with that rat energy, and now they suffering the consequences. They got fleas, they got vermin, they got, what I'm saying, pestilence from dealing with a rat energy, or even becoming one, to be honest with you. Because if they that delusional, if they're in survival mode, and they listening to that person, they probably putting stuff in their name and getting really muddied up. Like people who were doing that PPP loan stuff, that stuff was in their name too. So, it was going to one account, people taking money off the top, I heard, but then, you got your name linked up to something that was fraudulent. There's a lot going on. And even if they didn't do it intentionally, they did it. If they thought this is the greater good for my other person, whoever that person is, they still gonna get in trouble for it, for associating. What that one? All right, spirit. Yeah, karmic partner. They was riding thick with the karmic partner. Whoever the karmic partner is, they believe that bitch. Whoever is male or female, they believe them. Like, oh yeah, you my peoples. That karmic partner had them turn away from you. See how there's three people here? And then this person is listening and talking to that person. They knew how to turn them away from you and everybody else that would turn any talk any sense to this person. They got them to turn away from help. And now they're experiencing the dark night of the soul. Because short journey is here. Shortly after turning away from anything that will support in or help or guide them correctly, um, this person can see help sometimes as a form of control, even when it's not. It could just be like somebody saying, "Hey, listen." Um, it's like somebody, I got this stolen goods. Okay, well, don't bring it to my house. Well, why? No, nobody know. Ain't nobody know. No, but I don't want it in my house though. Well, why? because it's stolen. Yeah, but you didn't steal it. It doesn't matter. And they want to cross your boundaries and bring it anyway. And you're like, no. So they can't just intrude. This person can't do things and not take accountability when it comes to being around you. So they're going through a dark night of the soul because not only is things not working out, but then they can't come back towards you with the nonsense because you said if you don't like the truth, you can get the stepping. And you told this person, don't bring that over here. I don't want none of that over here. You know what I'm saying? And this person's like, but why? Why? Tell me more. I don't know why I'm hearing it like that. But they just want to know why. Yeah, recognition. Because they know who you are. This person know that you had to love them to tell them the truth. For you to be as honest and candid as you were with them about their life because you wanted to see the best out of them. They realized, oh no, only somebody that loved me would tell me the truth because whoever they're around, don't tell them the truth. That karmic partner, don't tell them, don't be honest with them at all. Tell me more. Yeah. So they sitting in contemplation, excuse me, trying to figure out what their next step is. But they dealing with somebody cold blooded, ruthless. How do I get myself out of this situation with this ruthless individual who do not care about me? They don't know what to do. They can't just run back to you because it's not safe. And that person is very cold blooded, so they would um, be aggressive with them. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing that this person will come towards you, but and maybe in desperation. But for the most part, they're gonna come after this person, and they know it. Mm. Yeah, they got in bed with the devil. And there it is. Tell me more about the death and stalker. Yeah, because they want. This is why they watch you because they want forgiveness. They want you to understand that they didn't mean it. Whatever it is, whatever they did, whether it was a scam, whether they were just caught up in something that the other person did, they want your forgiveness. So they watch you because they shit is over. Whatever they got going on is over. Oops. Bottom of the deck. Now, now they woken up. They woke up. They woke now, y'all. Now they see the forest for the trees. Now they like, huh, I was played. And I just went with it. Yeah, you did. You went with it. You lent liquor. I don't know why that came to mind. That commercial was crazy. You lent liquor, you. But yeah, so somebody's now just coming to understand how bad their situation is. Maybe there was a lot that was kept from them. Again, this person who was scamming and being manipulative would always say, look, I produced this, so I gotta be telling the truth. But they weren't. They were never telling the truth. They just had something that looked like it. And you tried to tell this person, listen, mm-mm-mm. I was just explaining something to my cousin about certain people defraud by paying one agency but not paying another. Like saying like, how I put this, not a collection agency, but let's say you got a bill that goes to a third party. The third party is just the processing, but you owe the first party. You owe them an amount. The fees, additional fees, I'm sorry, go to a third party. Well, you pay off them fees, they might release your information on your credit or whatever, identification, but you still owe the original party. And the original party is thinking, okay, now I just helped you incur some additional fees. You still owe us. They just sit on it. They don't worry about it. The other people, the third party processing, is going to charge you a lot of fees. Most people want to pay them extra fees, right? They do it. It releases them temporarily because somebody don't realize The original agency is still owed. The debt is still out there unpaid. And people play around with all kinds of situations like that, thinking, okay, if I just pay a little bit over here, I can ignore this bill until there's stronger consequences for outstanding debt. You know, this country in particular is very debt heavy. They punish you for debt. They try to act like we debt, you don't go to jail for it, but you do. You don't pay them taxes. Oh shit. I owe a tax bill. Oh shit. But this ain't what I'm thinking. This ain't what I'm thinking. This is I owe a bill. But when you don't pay what you owe, you could end up in bankruptcy courts, you could end up in judgments and liens. You have to always pay what you owe. You gotta pay your property taxes, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of tax bills. You gotta pay it here or they gonna charge you something ridiculous, right? And so what I'm getting with this person is they owe a little of this here, a little of that here, this person, that person. They owe. So your person getting caught up with that situation, it's probably put them in their own financial bind because they were paying up to somebody who was scamming them, and now they want forgiveness because you were right. I don't think you need to worry about that though. To be honest, most of y'all just realized this person was stubborn. They didn't want to hear what you had to say, and you just went on with your life, which a lot of people are learning to do now, which is release situations and let it go. Because who got time to be worried about somebody else's life when they're not worried about their life, right? So if you notice about a situation, I understand you might have some concern. You might have maybe even some worry. Spirit said, let that go. Get that out your spirit. What this person is choosing to do with their life. Go on with yours. Go on with yours. Don't let this person stress you out with their shenanigans, with their bad choices and bad decisions. Don't let them pull you in. Who cares who gossiping? That ain't got nothing to do with you. Focus on you. Focus on your life, how you get along, how you repair, how you go forward. This person is now starting to awaken, but it may take them, if they were in a delusional sense, they need time to put it all together because delusions aren't easy to awaken from. And I feel like a lot of people are going through that awakening right now, thanks to this planetary alignment that we got going on. So people's debt is coming due. Their karma is here. So their consequences are stronger, harsher, and more in line with the infractions that they have done. So if a person is not seeing somebody, hasn't seen somebody take accountability for their actions for a long time because they scamming, after a while, them scams don't work. And then it just piles up and it just gets worse. Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. But I don't know. I feel like somebody is just, they waking up now. Now they got to figure some shit out. And you know what? Let them, y'all. We got to learn how to mind our business. You know what I'm saying? So we not out here catching strays for other people's stuff. Mm-mm. Your person need to figure that out. Let me see. Is there an oracle I want to pull before we go? Or is it tarot? Oh, let me put tarot. I'm going to use tarot tonight. Tell me more, Spirit. Hi, Katana. Yeah, so this person has been defeated. Well, they always strategizing. This I said they're scamming. Five of Swords, they're very ambitious. But they ambitious in the wrong way. That's why the governments hire hackers, people who know how to break codes and stuff like that, because their skills are useful to shore up things from scammers, right? So I feel like this person, they don't put their energy to the right use, if that makes sense. They use their good, they got probably some talent, but they done used it for bad. You know what I'm saying? When they could have used it for good. Scamming and tell me more. Yeah, 5 of Wands. It's all this conflict and drama associated with this situation. Makes sense because everybody watching and gossiping and talking. Probably don't like the decisions whoever this person has made. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Spirit said that's the truth. Ace of Wands. They have to take action, or you told them what action to take when it came to you. But they weren't listening. So now it's like you planted the seed. You told them what to do and they didn't do it. Tell me more, Spirit. Hermit. They didn't learn anything. You know, this person should be getting guidance. It said to get help, but they're not learning. But they also being told you don't need no help. That this person don't listen. Tell me more. Oh, they don't listen. They whoever the cunning person is, the one that's predatory over them, got this person convinced they don't need anything. And that's why they might be crying. There's a loss of love here. I don't know. I feel like the loss of love is not having access to you. Let me see, bottom of the deck. Yeah, this person is very disappointed with life. Poor Tink Tink. They not happy. They're apathetic. You know, things are just not going their way. Um, and they contemplate and play in life. What was their choices? They made some bad ones. Well, take it how it resonate. This is not one of those fairy tale outcomes. Sorry, not sorry. Truth is the truth. There's an ending here. Maybe the ending is with you, and the attention and the love and the whatever, the nurture and the prophesying, all of that. You stop giving to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you giving it to it anymore. And so this is a loss for somebody who was staying in that delusional, egocentric, pride, full energy. And they done lost a lot of money doing that. And they thought somebody was against them. Yes, the person that they are with or they ran to or whatever the situation is. Once they went over thinking that they was going to get property and money and windfall, life went down quickly, shortly after. And it ain't got better. It has not gotten better. It has not gotten better. So, all right, y'all. Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if the reading resonates with you. I appreciate y'all coming. Have a good night. Peace.